Hey guys, WinkyFace14 here, and welcome back to another Snapshot video. This is 23W04A, and as you can probably tell from my armor, this is a new customization feature in Minecraft 1.20, which is called Armor Trims. As you can see, this is one of them, and this is only for 1.20. So this snapshot only has the 1.20 changes, so we're not gonna go to other changes for now. Now, as you can see here, there is actually a lot of trims, but before we go to our showcase area right here, I'm gonna focus on one block, which is the smithing table. As you can see, there is some changes in the UI. There is now the slot for the smithing template. It also has a UI or a HUD, or like a tooltip where what to put there. So basically, put a smithing template there, which is this is one of them. And then once you put the template there, it says here, put a piece of armor there, because this is only applicable, as you can see in the tooltip. It applies to only to armor, this smithing template. And its ingredients are ingots and crystals. So put an ingot or crystal here, and then basically it will show up there. Now, let's grab like a diamond armor, right? A piece of diamond armor. And let's say let's say redstone. I like redstone. You know what? Let's put redstone in the diamond chestplate. So how do you trim armor? Basically, you need a smithing template. That's one. You need a piece of armor. Now, the piece of armor is only iron and above. Leather, you cannot trim leather, or you cannot put armor trimmings on leather armor pieces, because they already have, I mean, I guess they have the the dyeing system. So let's see. We'll see if Mojang will add the armor trimmings to leather pieces of armor. But you put your armor there, and once you put any material here, it actually hovers, or it actually like scrolls through all of the possible like silhouettes. But I will show you guys all of the materials that can be used for trimming. And let's say we have the redstone here. It shows you the icon right here, and as you can see in the tooltip with the upgrade, it says Sentry Armor Trim Redstone Material. And there's also a preview of what it looks like. Now, you cannot rotate it just like one way, but you just take it and you have your trimmed armor. Now, it uses the smithing template. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you guys everything as we go through the showcase. Now, there are currently 11 trimmings. Okay, 11 trim patterns, but there's actually 12 smithing templates that I will explain that 12th one later down the line. Now, this is the June template. Now, this system right here, so you can see there's like a button and chest. This is basically a simulation of like the loot. So if I press this, there's another loot. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, this is gonna take a while. I'm not gonna lie, because here's the thing. All of the patterns, trim patterns, is actually only, it has a, there you go. It only has a 4.8% chance on spawning. So once you get one, it's basically just one, and it's very rare. And also, I have to remind you guys, trimming is only a customization feature. It doesn't have any gameplay advantages. So it's like more on a aesthetic way. Basically, it just gives you the ability to customize your armor. That's basically it. So there's that. This is the June armor trim. It can only be found on desert temples, as you can see, and this is what it looks like. Now, this uses gold on iron armor. As you can see, really nice. This is the front, the back. This is the sides. As you can see, it's like a small little detail. It's pretty cool. Now let's go here, and this is the ward pattern. This is actually also 4.8% as well. There's like some trims are like more common compared to the other trims, but it also depends on the structure that they spawn in. Now, this pattern is actually found in ancient cities, as you can see. So this is like this fragment, if you guys remember, from 1.19, I think 1.19 or 1.18, I can't remember. 1.19. And the ward armor trim, and this uses diamond on a gold armor. As you can see, It looks like the the center of the ward, and its diamond looks really cool and gold. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like a Tron. It looks like Mickey Mouse. Only looks like, okay. Yeah, but it does look cool. So let's move on to the next one. Let's go here. So this is the Sentry. Now this is only found on pillager outposts. And for our demo here, we have netherite on iron armor. Now, I know you might be thinking like, why netherite? Well, it's trims. And it's like the darker version, the darker trims. And this is the Sentry. It's just like a little bit of outlines on the shoulders, and then a little bit of lines on the pants and the shoes and the boots, and then a little line across the head on the helmet. That's pretty cool. Now, next is the Vex. Now, you might be thinking, where can this be found? Well, it can be found on Woodland Mansions because it's Vex. As you can see, this is what it looks like. And this demo, we're using diamond armor with the copper trims. And it just looks like the Vex, like, the eyes of the Vex. And then, it's like the, what do you call that? The magician ones. I forgot the names. I forgot the name of that one. It's not Ward. It's the Evokers. It's the Evokers, right? No, I can't remember. Pillager. It's like the Pillager. I can't remember. It's like the one that shoots out the things. I can't remember the name. I'm so sorry. I've been playing this game for like years and I don't remember that one. But this is what it looks like. Copper looks like a toned down brownish red. But it looks good on diamond, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually surprised when I created that one. Next is the Coast pattern, or sorry, yeah, Coast armor trim pattern or template or something. Yeah. And this actually is found on shipwrecks. But hence like the what do you call that? The muscle growth on the template. And this is lapis lazuli on iron armor, which is pretty nice. Now let's go here, which is the rib pattern. And this is only found on Nether Fortress, and we are using redstone here. So you can see, it's pretty nice. It looks like ribs. Kind of makes sense. Now, next is the wild. This is actually found on jungle temples. Now, this has a 20% chance of spawning because, as you can probably tell, jungle temples are very rare. So you have a 1 out of 5 chances to get the wild armor trim, and we are using emerald on iron armor. And wow, this is actually in combination of the other trims. This is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Next is the snout with the smithing template. Now I'm gonna talk about this later, but just so you know, the snout armor trim template can be found in bastions alongside the netherite upgrade smithing template. And this one is always gonna spawn on a treasure chest on the bastion. So if you guys remember, there's like a gold room where there's like lava around it. This is where you can find a netherite upgrade. Now, I'm gonna explain later what this, it's kind of obvious what it does, but like I'm gonna explain the behind the changes for this. And this is the snout using gold on netherite armor. This actually looks sick. I'm not gonna lie, this actually looks sick. The snout is actually a really good pattern. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, next. That is 4.8%. Only the wild pattern has a 20% chance spawning on a chest. Now, this is the tide. The tide armor trim. This can only be dropped by an elder guardian with a 20% chance of dropping it. So basically, you have one. I will tell you guys how to keep that one. Okay, I'm gonna tell later. So basically, this is netherite armor using iron trims. And also, here is the eye. This is basically found on strongholds. So if you're lucky, going like before you go to the end, get an eye armor trim. This is what it looks like. This is nether quartz on netherite armor. It actually looks like the iron looks a bit more grayish, bluish, or like a bit more grayish, while the nether quartz is more on the whiter side of like the trims. It looks cool. The centerpiece is like it's like an Iron Man like pattern, but it's pretty cool. And lastly, the spire armor trim, and this can only be found on end cities. And we have the amethyst on an iron armor. Wow. Honestly, in combination of the other stuff, this is pretty cool. Now, that is all of the 11 trims. Of course, the 12th trim is the netherite upgrade. So let's go down here. So you can see these are all of the new additions. These are the materials that you can use for the trims. So iron, copper, gold, netherite, lapis lazuli, diamond, emerald, redstone, amethyst, and other quartz. And also, just a reminder, you cannot put iron trims on iron armor. So let me show you that example. Iron, and let's say I want this guy. So I put the spire iron armor. You cannot do that. So you cannot have the same ingredients of the armor piece and the trim. So you cannot have that. So you can only use like all of the other all of the other ingredients except iron. So if it's a gold armor, all of the other ingredients except gold. So there is that. Now since like these are really really rare, especially that one right there, the netherite smithing template, how do you keep them? Because it gets consumed every single time you use them. Well, if we look at our recipe here, you can actually craft them. You can basically duplicate them at the cost of 7 diamonds. So all of the smithing templates, they need 7 diamonds each and their corresponding blocks. So for the June, there's like the sandstone. For the wild, mossy cobblestone, rib, netherrack. For the ward, it's cobbled. For the coast, it's cobblestone. Or cobbled deep slate for the ward, sorry. For the snout, it's blackstone. Eye is endstone. The spire is purple blocks. The vex is cobblestone. The tide is prismarine. And then the sentry is cobblestone. The netherite costs 7 diamonds in netherrack, including the template. So basically, you can duplicate them. So once you get one, you must duplicate. You must duplicate it so that it's like it's yours to keep. So you don't lose the template. And it is costly. Now, this is a snapshot. The recipes could change. Just a reminder. So, this could change. It could balance the recipe a bit. Maybe like make it just 3 of the blocks and then just 5 diamonds. Who knows? And as I mentioned, since there is a new UI for the smithing table and there's a new item for for netherite upgrades, how do you make these guys? Well, since there's a new UI, you must have the smithing template, the diamond armor, as you can see. It already says in the netherite upgrade template that it needs diamond equipment. So basically, any of these guys, I forgot I set this up. Let's grab all of these, and basically, you just put them in, and yeah, it uses 1 netherite and 1 template, and it keeps the trim. Do that, and the reasoning for this. All right, I'm gonna read it from the website. I'm gonna read it from the patch notes for 23W04A. And so basically you need this guy, which is found in bastions. So what they wanted to do with this change is that they want to increase the time players utilize diamond equipment before netherite. So basically once you get a diamond, you can literally just jump to netherite. So with this small change, you have to venture out to bastions, get this guy, get the netherite upgrade template, and then mine some ancient debris, craft netherite, and then once you have a lot of diamonds, if you're lucky, you find one, you duplicate it multiple times, bam, you got a full netherite armor after some investments with diamonds. So that's actually I have to play a little bit of it in survival, but I think it's like it basically gives the player a bit more usage for the diamond tools and armor. And also they wanted to make the netherite equipment a more significant achievement in the game's progression. This is exactly from their website. Okay, I'm just reading it. And adapt netherite more naturally into the new smithing table crafting system. That's pretty cool. So for those who will be playing in the future in 1.20, this is basically it. For like OGs who played the previous versions, you need this guy first before jumping into the netherite tools. Now, there's also a small change in enchanting actually. Let's get like a protection one. Let's get protection one. Protection 4. And then let's get an anvil. Now, if you enchant an item, I'm sorry for that, it's too loud. Once you enchant an item, it now glows lighter than before. So before it's very obvious that it's enchanted, but I think they lowered the enchantment glint so that you can see the trims of your armor. So let's try it. Let's actually enchant the whole thing. I'm sorry for the loud anvil noises. Oop. Look at that. As you can see, the armor is still visible even if there's like an enchantment. Like the whole pattern is still visible. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And it's actually everything in 23W04A. And hopefully by next week, when the new snapshot comes in, there's gonna be more balance changes to this, and also like a little bit more balancing in like the spawn rate and maybe the crafting recipes. But yeah, that's basically everything in this snapshot. The patterns, and yeah, it's actually pretty cool because you can customize your armor now. I mean, it took them years, but like, it's better than nothing. And I think I can see the theme for these for the update. It's basically customization, like player customization, because if you guys remember, back in Minecraft Live 2022, they also revealed, I think, a lot of like default skins. Just a lot of default skins. So this update might be just like a full customization. And you have this guy, the chiseled bookshelf, which is useful and also customizable. You have note blocks with mob heads. I have a texture pack, that's why it looks like this. And you can play mob sounds, customizing your gameplay. You can modify that with like custom audio files. That's pretty cool. There's also like some under the hood changes over the past few weeks, but I wasn't able to cover it because got busy. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching this snapshot coverage overview type of deal. If you want to see more of this, press the subscribe button down below, and if you want to see more videos, actually press that like button down below as well. And see you guys on the next video. Good, bye bye.